We are now over halfway through the games in the 2018 World Cup, and we're beginning to get an idea of who the runners and riders are when it comes to who's going to be getting what. But forget the World Cup trophy for a second. Don't worry about the golden gloves and the golden boot. There is one other big prize still very much up for grabs. The on the left side, golden bell. Here at On the Left Side, we're rewarding those who have seen the opportunity to use the world stage to show that they can be a bit of a bell. Those who have grasped that opportunity with both hands in exactly the way that Willy Caballero doesn't with a football. Speaking of Willy, let's start there, but not with the Argentinian keeper himself and his gaffe against Croatia, but instead with the reaction to that mistake. Willy would have been feeling pretty bad about that game, so there was no need for Jose Mourinho, in his capacity as a pundit for Russia Today, to say this.
Caballero in goal or myself would be the same, because I would save the same as Caballero.
It's not really called for, is it? Even if it is probably true. But then, I'm sure if you took Willy Caballero and put him in charge of Manchester United, he'd probably produce something better than the boring, turgid football that Jose's been churning out at Old Trafford recently. However, Jose was outdicked by Argentinian TV, who held a moment of silent reflection after that game in remembrance of what was once a great team. A minute's silence is nothing new in the world of football, of course. They hold 90 minutes of silence every single week at the Etihad Stadium. If England held a minute's silence after every bad performance from the Three Lions, then Gary Lineker wouldn't have uttered a single sentence in the last 25 years. So maybe it's not such a bad idea. Actually, that's not fair, because it was the Queen Mother of Football and his Twitter punditry that excellently described our next contender for the Golden Bell. Normally, you'd expect Cristiano Ronaldo to be right up there with the biggest bells of any football tournament, but he's busy at the moment, playing football, being quite good, and generally scoring lots of goals. The git. In fact, he scored so many goals in this tournament and other tournaments that he now has more international goals than any other European player, beating Puskas' record. Just think about that for a moment. Ronaldo has scored more goals than a player who has a goal-scoring award named after him. It's impressive stuff. Almost as impressive as the theatrics performed by his teammate Pepe in Portugal's game versus Morocco that prompted the aforementioned Lineker to tweet,
"Pepe is an enormous dick."
That's is, not has, just to be clear. The incident he's talking about came when a Moroccan defender patted Pepe on the back to get his attention, in the same way you might inform a gentleman in front of you at the bar that he's dropped his cash card. If said gentleman then did what Pepe did, however, it would be unexpected to say the least.
Oh, Pepe, look at that. He's been tapped on the back of the shoulder. He's gone down screaming.
Oh,
Pathetic.
dear.
Pathetic, isn't it?
I think Gary nailed it. Dick. That would be my favourite to grab the golden bell right now, but with Roy Keane threatening to rip managers' heads off left, right and centre, and Iranian players doing roly-polies instead of potentially firing in a long throw into the box with seconds to score an equaliser, it really is anyone's game right now, because there is always room for more bellendery in football. That is it for this week's show. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and if you follow the links below, you can see the adventures of Andrew Flint, one man who is attempting to travel around every single Russian host city in the 2018 World Cup in a car. I've no idea why, but it is quite funny. You can also listen to this podcast. There is a football podcast released by On the Left Side twice every single week. You can find the links to that at ontheleftSide.co.uk. Go and check that out. Go on, I'll see you next time. Clear off.